Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.
Welcome to another daily debate. We are here today to talk about who will be captain. Obviously, we'll go around the room and talk about who we think it is. But again, we saw the last game against Fiorentina that Hamza Chowdhury was put as captain. I'm guessing because he's probably the most experienced at the club now. We've lost Coady, we've lost Jamie Vardy, we've lost a few others. Again, Ndidi, who probably was a contender for it. Looks like he might be on the move. Now I'm thinking, who else could it be? Phil, what's your take on this? I saw your face there about Chowdhury.
Well, Hamza Chowdhury is not one of the most experienced players at Leicester City.
He's also
at the club, I think
he's also not very regular in the first team.
No, but at the club, I think he's been captain quite a few times for us now, from what I know of.
Well, that may be because he's maybe captain material, but I don't.
Maybe so. I think it's because he's
the
an academy players as well, isn't he? So,
well, what is it? Most experienced, or because he's an academy player?
Both. Again, experience at the club. He's one of the only ones that's been here. What? 8, 9 plus years, is it now?
Maybe.
It doesn't mean someone's capable of being the captain, though.
But he has been, even saying that even in the championship season, he was one of the players who was given it a few times.
Yeah. I mean,
so,
he could be a shout. So
I think you can make a case for it in some extent, but for me, it's got to be someone who's regular on the team and vocal enough. I'm not so sure Chowdhury's going to be, in the starting 11 every week. So can you pick him as captain? I mean, I've got a sneaky feeling again. We're probably going to do what we've done for the past 2 years, which is we don't have a captain. We're just
last season it was Vardy majority of the time, wasn't it? Again, I think under Enzo it was a different situation where he said there were 4 or 5 players, and depending on who starts, again, if Ricardo starts, it's most likely him. If someone else is in it, it'll be them.
For me, it should just be someone who, is not an injury-prone player. Someone who does, for me, Pereira's injury-prone. If you make him the captain, he could be out. I think he's out right now. I think he's injured right now. So
it's a minor injury, is what I was hearing.
Yeah, but that happens to him all the time. Minor injuries. He'll play one game, be out for 3 weeks, play one game. That for me isn't captain material.
Yeah. No,
when you get to pick someone, and for me, same with Chowdhury. Unless he's going to come into the team as a starting 11, as like a week in, week out player, then you can make a case for him being captain. But for me, unless he's in that team,
but maybe he is going to be in the team. He played a lot for Sheffield United last season.
He was in a lot of pre-season games as well, and maybe Cifuentes likes him.
Victor Christiansen looks like he might be injured, and we've all thought he might be off anyway. James Justin, again, didn't feature on Sunday, and
it looks like he's been linked to Leeds.
Yeah, same with Bilal. Both of those been linked to Leeds.
So, Chowdhury's a shout there. Dawn says,
Dawn says, afternoon, if Ricardo plays, then he is captain.
But I agree with Sam. I think I
would say that
we should go back to when it was Wes Morgan, when it was Kasper Schmeichel. They're the club captain. They are the captain.
Very rarely
they lead on the pitch.
Yeah, I would give it to Ricky P if he was not injured.
I wouldn't, because he is injured.
No, I'm saying if he was a fully fit player, he would be for. No, I know.
As an injured player, he will forever be that injured.
No, I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying that it would have been him if he was a fully fit player.
He's not. He's never going to be a fully fit player.
Terence here says Harry Winks.
I would have gone for Harry Winks. I think Chowdhury is somewhat of a shout, but he's sort of like a bit of the unknown. He's never really had like a full season where he's played week in, week out at Leicester. Harry Winks, he didn't play much last season because he had that bust up with Rude. But the season before with Enzo, he was probably one of the first names on the team sheet.
I've kind of gone. I hope Winks does well for us on the pitch. I've kind of lost my fanboy of Winks,
and this is where I
think of what he did last season.
I think this is where
somebody who can
be on the wall. Read me if you had. Got him on the wall.
Got Winks on the wall. I struggle with Winks because for one reason or another, he didn't want to be there, be a part of
I
it.
think last season showed
for the
some
last
of his
8,
true
10
colours.
games.
And like I say, it wasn't just under Rude.
That's not captain
It
material.
wasn't just
for me.
under Rude. It was under Cooper as well.
Yeah.
You know, it was
I think that's a big reason why a lot of fans don't think it'll be Winks.
I don't think, I don't think he deserves it.
I don't think he
For me, just alone the fact that, again, I'll come back to, I think I've said it the past 3 times we've done the show, that he walked off when he was injured and then he's off partying, dancing, absolutely fine in Copenhagen the same evening. That's not captain material. If stuff's going wrong on the pitch, you don't want someone like Winks, in my personal opinion, to be the captain, because he's just way too. I think he's just way too much of a. I don't know what you'd call it. You know, bad egg, down tooler. I think if you captained it, and I think we ran into that with Vardy.
Winks definitely has been
because
disruptive.
Vardy was the captain last year, but he was disruptive. He down tools. We know he does. We know he has done in the past. It kind of felt like he was doing it a little bit last season.
I mean,
so
Mark says here, same old, no massive standout like Morgan Huth, Walsh, Wallington, even Casper. There is a list of Ali Mocklin. There's what you class as traditional captains, and I do think the club. We've said for a long time the club still lacks that person who takes a grip. Since Casper left, I haven't, because Jamie Vardy was captain, but I never really. I mean, he's sort of led by chasing the ball around a bit, but you need somebody in the middle of the pitch, whether that be a centre back, which is why I'm going to chuck in Vestergaard. And I'm not a big favourite of him. He won't walk about. Maybe a Coady then. No. I just think somebody who plays centre back or in the middle of the park is always going to be the best.
If Coady was maybe been at the club maybe a season or so more, I would probably agree to give it.
I mean, Gary's laughing at Vestergaard. I know I said it bad. I'm sorry.
I think my 3 picks, if it would have been the choice, firstly, we've got all these Winks. I think the midfield general in that, I think he has to be. But
I mean, he can play like a midfield general at times.
I think that's what he did in the Championship season last time, and I think again he didn't really put that much of a foot wrong. So for me, my first or second choice would have been him, and then the other one, like you just mentioned, I would honestly, out of all of them, I probably would give it to a Coady. Just because I think he's
young though, isn't he? He's not proven.
No, but right now we're in that team.
Have you ever watched a Coady play on the pitch and seen him like screaming at players?
I tell you what,
that's what a captain should do. A captain
no, but I don't think we've got anyone in this team right now.
I tell you what,
play position to position, because you could choose who you wouldn't give it for Taru, you wouldn't give it Ndidi. You could have a shout.
You could shout Ayu. You could shout.
I'm saying that there's those players again. Skip no.
That Burnley
Winks
player,
maybe not. Maybe
3. Is it Josh
Brownhill? Yeah.
Brownhill.
Again,
he's captain material. If he came in, he's got experience.
Would you be giving it straight to him though?
Yes, I would. I think we need to sign a captain. If you ask me, I think if you pick any of our players, I don't think any of our players are good enough.
Is a captain someone that in a way I feel like a captain needs to be someone who's been at the club for a while?
No.
It's just a lead. Someone who's a leader on the pitch. It's like if this Josh Brownhill. This is just an example. If you came in and you went, "This is your new captain. Here's your leader." He goes in there pretty much like he would any other job. Like this is your manager.
Would they respect him? But would they respect him?
Has Connor Coady? Has Connor Coady not gone to Wrexham to be their club captain?
I don't think so.
I assume he is.
I think he is. I think I've seen so much media from them saying we've got our leader. And they've just said, here he is.
I think that's just because of how he is.
He's got
experience. Yeah, but why don't we sign somebody who's like come in? And
I don't know. I think for me, I think when it comes to a captain, I feel like I would want somebody who's been at the club who knows the sort of situation we're in and whatnot. Instead of somebody new coming in and be like, right, you're telling people.
They don't need to have been. No,
I get that. I know they don't need to be.
Well,
but I just feel
Winks has only been there 2 years, and half of that year he didn't want to be at the club because he didn't want to play.
I get it. And again, he wouldn't be my first choice.
The same.
He wouldn't be
only 1 year at the club in and out.
But that's where I do think someone like Chowdhury, out of all the players we've got, probably has got the most credentials.
Maybe he is. Yeah. Is he going to play every week?
Like Rob Lambert said, that it's not a guarantee that
that's what I'm saying.
Is going to play every week, especially if James Justin is.
Whenever we've played at this level, even in the Championship 2 seasons ago, Chowdhury wasn't in the first team. He got loaned out every time we've been in the Premier League, apart from maybe.
But when he is in, that's when he gets it.
Because he
doesn't play week in, week out,
but he's not
the champion.
Yeah,
he hasn't been, but there's a chance. I'm saying he hasn't been, but there's a chance he could be this season.
He could be, but again, is he? Are you going to rely? You're putting him as captain and then your first team player. He's just inconsistent.
So on Sunday, Ricky P is available. Are you picking Ricky P or Hamza to play?
If you're doing this inverted full.
If you play,
I don't think we didn't do the.
no, it's a
full back
question.
then.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I think if you're playing the back four, I would pick Chowdhury over Coady.
Would you?
In a back four, yes.
Okay, that's fine.
If he's doing the
5 minutes
inverted,
ago, you were saying,
yes.
well, he kind of is going to be playing.
No,
this.
he didn't play. He didn't play Chowdhury at all in that right back, in that inverted role against Florentina.
No, but he's going to play it. He's going to play it where they all can push up at.
No, I get it. I get it. But
He's not
again,
playing
how
that.
we saw against Florentina, I would choose Chowdhury. I think he had a good game.
Pick Hamza over Ricky P to start, then Hamza maybe is a shout for a captain.
But I would say as well that there's as much as we all slate or have opinions on Vestergaard, he has shown in the last time in the championship that he can.
I think he'll play most weeks. I think he'll play most weeks.
Yeah, but
because he can play.
What do people won't agree with it?
Well, I will because I said he wasn't
did
Premier League.
He did okay in the championship, but like we said, it is the championship. I think it's okay if we have a captain just for this one season. It depends if we can get promoted next season, but we sort of not really had that leader though. We go,
Vestergaard's not a
be
leader
for a while. No, I don't think he's a leader because
he's never captain.
He did the same thing that Winks did.
Every time he's on the pitch, he's not the captain. Even when he's on the pitch, he's not second, third, fourth choice. He's not a captain. He's not vice captain. Like we said it for Vardy. Vardy was only captain because he's probably the most veteran player.
No,
but he's not. He wasn't a captain. He's never has been a captain. We needed a leader last season, and Vardy wasn't it. And for me, if we'd picked Chowdhury this year, he's not. That's what I'm saying, and Ben's saying the same thing. Yeah, if you get Brownhill in, he's experienced 28-year-old, knows what he's doing in the championship. Get a new captain in to put these boys straight.
Yeah, Terence here says a Coady very vocal, could be a good captain. Ben Morgan says, I agree with Brownhill, get him in new brush sweeps clean. Would sell Ricky P 80k a week to sit on the treatment table.
I don't think we'll sell Ricky P because
he's only got 1 year left, I think.
Yeah, he'll go for free at the end of next year.
Again, but if you look at position to position, I don't think there's many players you could name who you could go, he's definitely captain.
That's why I signed someone.
That's
why
we haven't got captain.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like you either buy someone in or you kind of, I don't know.
If we had to pick someone now from the current squad,
you couldn't.
Well, that's what we're trying to do.
I know, that's what I'm saying. For me, right now, if you had to pick someone, for me, it is Ayew. He's got the most experience and he's got the most logical head.
Would we say that he's a striker, and we said the same with Vardy and the fact that I don't think
because Winks is going to play week in week out.
Well,
as much as you don't
but
want
is
him as much.
He didn't start against Florentina.
He's probably going to start over Skip.
Well, he didn't start.
Probably start next to Smart.
For me, if you're going to pick someone that's consistent, if we have to pick from this 11, for me, you got to pick someone that's consistent, doesn't get injured, he knows what he's doing. For me, that's Ayew. Tell me the last time Ayew had a stinker of a game, because the only criticism
majority of last season.
No, the only criticism from you is he was too defensive because that's how he was told to play.
Yeah.
This season and in preseason, he scored the most goals.
I agree.
Armchair Jockey says exactly that. He says it has to be a player you won't sub. And I agree with what you're saying to a level.
Then you would sub anyone.
Well, you would sub anybody if the right position. Yeah, we would sub
Morgan. We did sub Morgan.
But what he means is it's somebody who does start most weeks. Yeah. And I think I agree with Sam.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I want Ayew to be captain. I'm saying I'd rather sign someone.
Well, I think Ayew, the bare minimum, even in the Premier League, I think the lowest I would rate him was about a 6 out of 10. And I think in the Championship, I'm expecting he'll get 7 out of 10s most weeks because he is reliable. He's reliable. He's rarely outstanding.
I think the only
he was doing it last season in the Premier League.
I think the only debate you'd say about someone like Ayew is we said it with Vardy as well. As much as Vardy was the most experienced player of the club, we've said that should a captain be a striker?
Well, it can be.
It can be, but should it be?
If he's better than anybody else.
It was Schmeichel at some point. He's playing.
Yeah, but we even said that was maybe a debatable.
Because he was more captain material than anybody else. Vardy was the best captain out of anybody.
No, I get that, but the same like Michael was saying about even that. With someone being a captain as a goalkeeper, you're going to have to shout the whole way up the pitch.
In an ideal world, you'd want it to be your Kante, who knows how to be vocal because he's in the middle of the pitch and he can be a captain. But we don't have that luxury because our midfielders are probably the weakest spot we have right now. We don't know who's going to be consistent because you don't know if it's going to be Winks one week, Samari the next, Skip the next, Chowdhury the next, Pereira when he's back fit. Who knows who's going to be? We've got 5-6 midfielders that could be rotating almost every game that you just don't know who's.
You would probably say at the moment because we haven't bought any strikers in. Ayew is going to start every week. Because it's not going to be Daka.
Unless he does see a bit of a a way of wanting to play Daka over AU for the certain. No,
let Daka go. He's rubbish.
I'm not saying
He's rubbish.
I'm not saying it like that. I'm
He's
saying
never going to start Daka.
Tactically.
Why would you start? Why would you start with 10 players?
Wait, I'm not saying
why
that.
would you?
I'm
Why
saying
would you pick 10 players?
Tactically,
why would you start with 10 players?
If he wants to play a bit more of a
with one less player,
pressing at the top, he might want to start Daka. When Daka came on against
I'd rather have Ayew pressing.
His pressing was good.
Did you see a shot? They did.
Shots, yes, pressing.
Anybody can run around.
Anyone can run around. It's not hard.
You didn't get near the ball.
Anyone can run around.
He didn't get near the ball. He just
he did. It. No, you didn't watch the game.
We're gone.
There you go back.
Ayew gets picked over Daka in any sort of way we want to play because Daka just in every single preseason game, Daka's had one.
What's AU is going to be playing 2 times a week.
Daka's had one stinker. There's been one moment where you go, "That's absolutely awful."
No.
Could Daka be captain?
No, I'm just saying that you're not going to be playing AU 2 to 3 times a week. No chance.
But we don't play 2 to
3 times a week.
Well, sometimes we will be.
No, you
We'll be playing Saturday and a Tuesday, then Saturday and a Tuesday, then a Saturday and a Wednesday.
Over Christmas, you might end up finding.
No, I'm just saying. People always say in the Championship you'd be playing more.
Well, that's the same
more
for
than
every
one
player.
game a week. Most of the time.
But isn't
there's still a professional footballer that gets paid to run
a
around?
professional footballer can manage playing.
No, and I understand. I completely agree with that. I'm just saying that resting players when you've played 2 games a week might help. And I'm not saying Daka should be starting. I'm saying there's a chance that he might suit Daka to the style that playing against another team.
When are you going to say it? Daka is rubbish?
No, I know Daka is rubbish.
Oh,
why do you kind of force him into the team then?
Because I'm saying I'm saying that.
Than Daka. If we have to sub Ayew, I'd just say play.
Listen,
right.
Go
on. This is a
captain
debate
because this is a captain debate. Just one day, really, you'll realise
this is why we've recorded the daily debate because it goes off topic.
Daka's rubbish. He's going to leave us next June on a free and go somewhere. That's what it is. Maybe he'll score a few goals for us.
European League 2 side and do nothing there.
But he's not captain material.
Armchair
Ayew potentially is captain material.
Armchair jockey does say here one player who probably play every game is Vestergaard.
Yeah, which is why I did say Vestergaard at the start.
Will he play every game? I don't think Vestergaard's going to play every game.
I think he will. I think he's got a high chance.
Pre-season games, he's been rubbish.
Yeah, no, I don't think
he will play every game.
I think he will play.
I don't think he will.
I think Ockley and FaZe. And I think
FaZe is a vague shout for a captain.
Not one Leicester fan would agree with that.
I actually think I would rather have Daka as captain. Jesus Christ.
Vestergaard is probably on par with getting to the first team, in my opinion, than Ben Nelson. I would much rather Ben Nelson be on the team sheet than Vestergaard.
And I would completely agree with that.
Much rather, and I think FaZe.
And I'd even go to say
Vestergaard, and I think Ockley gets.
I'd even go out to say there's a chance that I could give it Ben Nelson.
What's captain? I don't think you can.
Young player, academy player.
He's too young. He's too young to be captain.
You don't know.
He's not going to start.
I'm just saying, if you want to give it to someone like Vestergaard, you could just give it to.
Well, it depends. If Ben Nelson plays week in, week out, then he's a shout. But he hasn't. He's played 5 games for Leicester in 3 seasons.
As much as we've had chance,
and he didn't start on Sunday.
If Chowdhury started majority of games this season, I'm guessing that the majority of people would say he would be captain.
Ricardo might play here and there, but I think he's going to get injured at some point this season, which is going to be like a 1 to 2 month, 3 month injury. Chowdhury, you might as well solidify him if James Justin's going. And I quite like Chowdhury. I think he's a good player, and I think he's one of the few players that we have for many years who I think when he's on the pitch, he actually gets stuck in and isn't afraid to put a lunging tackle in.
Nelson as vice captain, maybe, says Ben Morgan.
Well, then put Scott's on. So Scott, listen, I was joking with FaZe. Really rubbing up on you too much. Listen, the thing with FaZe is vocally on the pitch. If you ever watch, when we let a goal in, FaZe goes through the motions of being like a captain where he's saying, that's not good enough. This isn't good enough. The trouble is, most of the time, he's saying it, and it's his fault. FaZe lets somebody do something past him.
Yeah, why have you done that?
This? Why have you done that?
And you ask him for trouble.
That's why I don't think he can be a captain, because he just he points the finger of blame. I'd hate to play with Faze because
Dorco,
he blames everybody.
Dorco does come out and say, does it matter if we even have a captain or
For
not?
me, yes.
Is it? It's not
You think you need to
compulsory.
have a
I
leader?
think to have some when the chips are down and the going gets tough in a match, and we saw this even under Enzo. That was where we lacked in that period of 10 games, where because there was nobody on the pitch to go, we're 1-0 down or we're 2-0 down.
Bearing in
And
mind
we
that
need to get
Vardy
onto
was the
this.
reason we won against Southampton 4 or 5-0. He did a meeting behind Enzo's back, which Enzo didn't like, and we won that game 4 or 5-0. And Enzo said that was one of the worst performances all season.
Yeah.
So yes, we need a captain because we don't have Vardy anymore to do that.
I think
If we're playing bad, at least when Vardy, in certain circumstances, especially in the Championship, Vardy did something.
Sometimes
kind of does need to be somebody you respect. Maybe it is Chowdhury.
Yeah, well, it's someone that the whole team needs to respect.
I mean,
because there's sometimes
yeah.
in a game where the captain could turn around to all the players and say, "F this ain't working. You do this, you do that," and just not saying go against the manager. But sometimes just you're on that player's on the pitch and tells people what to do because the manager can only say so much when he's on the sidelines. You need someone in the pitch to go up to someone and say, "Stop doing that and do this."
Yeah.
I did see someone's comment on here. Is Chowdhury really the best captain, considering all the stuff he does off the pitch?
Yeah, well,
With,
I know he
the
has.
drink driving and the parties during COVID. He's not really the best example of a captain, personally.
He gets a lot of social media engagement though.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the moment, reading through the comments and what we're chatting about, Hamza Chowdhury sounds like he's a shout. Vestergaard sounds like he's a shout, and Winks sounds like he's a shout.
I mean, if we went in order, just say one player.
Well, we're definitely ruling out Mavadidi, Fatua,
Yeah.
El Canouse,
Yeah.
Bobby Reed, Skip, Luke Thomas,
Yeah.
probably Ben Nelson,
I mean, I guess,
Coady,
but it depends.
keeper,
We
Hermansen.
I agree ruling out Luke Thomas, but if you're holding Chowdhury to the same format as you are to Luke Thomas, both probably get the same amount of hours at the club.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you
if
could
you're
shout
going to
Luke
say
Thomas,
why give it
but-
to Chowdhury, then Thomas has played probably just as many games
Probably
at the
has.
same amount of level for
Yeah.
the same amount of years. I know he's obviously been on loan like Chowdhury has in
Yeah.
some parts.
Although I've heard that Luke Thomas is very dim. So
Well, no, oh, yes. Well, what's his name? One of the Mike Stowell, I think it was. I listened to a radio interview with him on one of the Radio Leicester podcasts, and he said that Luke Thomas is a lovely lad, but he is like point and go and tell him what to do, and he does it. There's not tremendous amounts, and this was Mike Stowell's words going on up there. But good lad, but
I don't think
so
that's
maybe not captain material. I mean, Connor Coady would have been captain material, but he's
He
gone.
probably
and-
would have been.
I want to give
He
it, even if he
really
was
does.
here.
No,
Even if he was here, I want to give it.
It
no.
depends on if he was a starter.
Come on then, I guess we best finish up this show.
Yeah.
Put in the comments who you think will be captain, and we'll read a few out. But let's start with you, Jay. Pick one. Pick.
Chowdhury,
Okay.
Josh Brownhill.
Sign one. Sam.
Sign a captain.
Sign a captain.
That I genuinely that's all I can think of. That's
yeah.
I don't know who I'd give it to
Yeah.
otherwise.
Coady.
A Coady. Oh, that's fair. That's your shout. That's your shout.
Only because I think he's going to play a lot of this season.
Yeah, but there's a lot of
Yeah.
I think we saw him not.
Well, there's no
play much.
certainties, is there?
Yeah, but we didn't see him. play
Chowdhury's
much.
not a certainty.
No, we didn't see him play much last season because he wasn't really that good.
I would say he was better than the majority of the 10 backs
So
we've had last season
why didn't he play week in week out?
because the managers didn't want to suit like him.
Well, they see him every day.
Don't know.
It's their decision.
I
I mean, a couple of people have just put Begovic in there, which is an interesting shout because if Hermansen goes, we actually don't know who is our number one keeper.
No.
We don't know that because
you don't know it, but you don't know.
because we just don't know. If it was Begovic, it's
I wouldn't
actually a
mind
shout.
Begovic, but again, that's if Hermansen's
I
going.
think
but I don't
Stolicic
think
has got errors in him, and I don't think he's very good with the ball at his feet. I don't know if Begovic is. Don't really know too much about him since he's left Chelsea.
He probably can't use his feet.
Who knows? I mean, at the
Begovic.
moment, Manson's not leaving because it looks like West Ham are interested in different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they've
going
already
back
got
on.
him. They've already got him.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Manson probably has no offers at the moment.
Yeah, all this
So-
Hermansen going. Same with El Canouse. It's like there's a lot of talk and there's.
If
I'll
there's
be
no
able to
action-
keep him. So
Well, yeah, I think Hermansen's better than Stolicic.
I'm not so
And
sure we'd
Begovic.
have signed Begovic if we were keeping Hermansen.
Well, some
Well,
armchair
we could.
jockeys just said that If we don't sell Hermansen, then could it be Jakob Stolicic moving?
Well,
which would be.
we needed a third keeper anyway, but we needed a goalkeeper coach.
Yeah,
we needed an
I
older
feel really
keeper.
sorry for Stolicic if he ends up.
Same
being
with Iverson, felt bad for him. They
Yeah.
were in and around the right time to be picked and never was. So if
Yeah.
I was Stolicic and if he's not got the green light to be first team goalie, I'd be looking elsewhere.
Yeah. Anyway, who I would agree with you two and say sign a captain. If that Josh Brownhills, whatever his name is available and the right sort of caliber, then on a free transfer.
Midfielder, right age, very good. At least for Championship level, had a good season with Burnley last year.
Yeah.
He's a free player, by the way. All we have to do is sign his
I don't know why
wages.
it's taken so long to let even look at him.
Considering like we
there
spoke
should be
about the other
leaks
day,
to it,
we've
at
cleared
least.
what 250, 300 grand a week
Yeah.
of wages.
Get
now.
him in.
He's not
Should
going to
be
be
offering
300 grand.
grand.
Make
That's what I
him
mean.
captain material, make him captain. Because I think we haven't got a captain. That's what
No,
this
I
debate
know.
has shown. We're 25 minutes in and we're sort of going, oh, Hamza. If it's somebody out of the current crop, I'd kind of go Winks, but I don't want to give it to Winks because of what he did last season. And I'm going to remember that.
It doesn't have to be. You
So,
can, like I say,
and
in
then
this
Leicester,
conversation, you just
So I'll probably go
say,
Hamza.
just say you want to sign a new one. That for me, that is
Yeah.
the best option. I think whoever we pick isn't a good enough option.
Reedy,
No, I've already said a Coady.
a Coady.
So even if we brought Brownhill in, you'd still give it a Coady.
No, because
No, but
I would
Reedy's
probably
going
give
who's
it to-
there.
I'm saying it's who's there because again, we right now we haven't got Brownhill. So
No, I get that.
Just check, see if there's what people are saying in there.
Armchair Shockey's gone Ellis chair from QPR. I'm not going to do that. Gary says Winks.
Yeah, a few
Steve says
Hamzas.
Hamza.
Vestergaard.
Vestergaard.
I think people are a bit split. There's no standout person, is
Mads
there?
might be captain.
Yeah,
If he
it could be.
stays.
There's no standout,
That's
is there?
Carey putting two in though.
Winks acts like a captain.
Does he?
I don't think
When he's in
Does he?
Copenhagen and when he's not playing for the club,
Don't think
that's acting like a
I think
captain.
he acts like an 18-year-old who's got millions of pounds.
When he's-
and he's not
when he's
18.
Putting photos on Instagram that he's in the pub when a match is on.
There you go. Right, guys.
Captain.
I appreciate everyone coming in and getting views.
Not in my books. I'm old school.
if he was a
But if
captain,
I saw
he'd be
my
in the team.
leader doing that sort of stuff last year when we were getting relegated, I'd be like, you're not in it. You're not part of it. That's not
He
being
was
part of the
having,
team.
what's it called? Aspral spritz whilst we were playing a game.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
your
just
captain?
me.
He's
It's-
out drinking whilst the players are playing.
It's
not my
like
captain.
when Madison was playing golf when we were playing a game, and when Madison was
Gambling.
gambling in the casino when
Whilst England were
while England were playing. It's just not what you want to see from a captain.
No,
He's
I
injured
agree.
again, by the way. Got injured the
Anyway.
Yeah,
season.
ACL, yeah. Bye-bye.
That's it.
There you go. Appreciate everyone coming on. Again, make sure to check out the shows that we've got coming up the end of this week. We've got Thursday show with Jono and Simon talking about the game on Sunday, as well as me talking on an aftermath show pre-match before the first game of the season. Phil, you've obviously got a show next Monday after the game, so you can do a post-match as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. A lot from Phil to say. And also make sure to enter the competition if you want to.
You got the video in with sound this time.
I did have, but it's not there now.
Oh yeah, typical Reedy. Not set up right.
There you go. Yeah, make sure to enter the competition and send your photos in, and we'll pick one to win a season's worth of Booker buys. Appreciate everyone coming on, and we'll catch you all soon.
Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.